Sri Vikas Singh Ji, Sri Sanjeev Bhargav, the 200 youngsters or youngsters who have been selected through a rigorous process, and their parents who are all able to make to this virtual conference. नमस्कार. टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया द्वारा आयोजित इस अवसर पर आभासी रूप से ही नहीं सही आप सभी मेधावी युवाओं से संवाद का सुयोग मिला है. आप जैसे प्रतिभाशाली युवाओं के साथ अपने विचार साझू करने का अवसर पाकर प्रसन्न हूँ. My dear youngsters, as a matter of fact, it has been giving more immense pleasure to me with all the participants and interact with them if I am able to meet you, greet you, talk to you directly. But unfortunately, the pandemic has created a new normal, and all of us need to get accustomed to virtual meetings some more time to come. I understand that you are among the best and brightest among the students of India, chosen by the Times of India through a rigorous process. I am told that nearly 3 lakh aspiring youngsters participate in this competition, and from whom 200 of you were selected. Let me convey my appreciation to Times of India for this unique initiative. I am happy to know that at the heart of this program is an endeavor to promote reading, especially reading of newspapers among students. I have always believed that a well-read student is definitely better prepared to overcome challenges in life and seize every opportunity that comes his or her way. It is with great disappointment that I note that the fall in the reading habit of children today. In today's world, where limitless information is available to us at the click of a button, it is crucial that we teach our children to be intelligent and discerning readers. We must teach them to gather in-depth information and inculcate in them the ability, the sagacity to analyze, critique, and the courage to accept what is good and categorically reject the bad. Circumstances also demand that we teach them to navigate through all the misinformation and fake news that infest the media landscape, especially the new media environment today. Like the legendary bird, the Hamsa, our children must be able to assimilate and absorb the truth and discard the lies. I am certain that initiatives like the Times Scholar will certainly help mold a generation of scholarly youngsters who read to broaden their horizons, raise their aspirations, and discover that reading and learning can be truly pleasurable activities. My dear youngsters, you are the future of our nation and will be playing a crucial role in the growth and development of the country in the coming years. Of course, all of you will be choosing different careers. Some might become doctors, some others might prefer to be engineers, lawyers, chartered accountants, architects, journalists, and so on and so forth. Some might also enter even politics also. Irrespective of the paths chosen by you, always remember to set high goals and work hard to realize them. As the former president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, often used to say, aim high and dream high. He used to always inspire the youngsters, and he had his last breath while inspiring the students in the Northeast. However, mere goal setting will not be enough. You need to come up with a concrete roadmap to achieve those goals. It requires self-discipline, hard work, sincerity, perseverance, and the ability to maintain equanimity in all situations. For instance, the pandemic-led resumption in the academic schedule must have caused anxiety and stress among many students. It is in such circumstances that one should remain imperturbable and not get disturbed by the events which are beyond one's control. All of you are young and need to develop a strong emotional quotient and the ability to weather ups and downs in life. My dear students, one of the most effective ways to improve is physical fitness. Maintain mental equilibrium and overcome the stress and anxiety that is possible by practicing yoga, the ancient Indian science and art. There appears to be a common misconception that yoga consists of only physical exercises. It is a holistic mental, physical, and spiritual activity for the overall well-being of an individual. In fact, there is a need to include yoga in school curriculum across the country to enable children learn it from a very young age. In the wake of the pandemic, it has become all the more important to practice yoga and meditation to boost immunity and protect one's health, boost physical and mental. Yoga will also help youngsters like you to improve your concentration levels and inculcate discipline. Although these are the days of tough competition at all levels, you should not get daunted by any situation. Develop confidence and try to overcome all odds by striving to achieve excellence. Please remember that there are no shortcuts to success. Diligence, discipline, devotion, and single-minded devotion are essential to realize your dreams. My dear students, do not look upon education as a vehicle to merely acquire degree and take up employment. Education is meant for enlightenment and empowerment of an individual. As the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhiji has said, quote, by education I mean all-round drawing of the best in child and man in body, mind, and spirit. Education should not only equip the students with the requisite knowledge, but must necessarily develop them into good human beings. Education is not merely a transaction in knowledge and information. It must also be a relentless endeavor to inculcate morals and values in our youngsters. It is important to inculcate values of empathy, honesty, integrity, humility, kindness, gratitude, forgiveness, and respect for elders among the children. India was once upon a time was called as Viswaguru, or the teacher to the world. Our education system placed an unwavering emphasis on developing virtuousness and moral fiber in our youngsters. We must keep up this grand tradition. Our history is also replete with stories of outstanding scholars, both men and women, who led scientific discoveries that were much ahead of their time, authored enduring classics, and created timeless work of art and architecture. Our youngsters must be made aware of the stories of these great heroes and must encouraged to explore and learn from the various facets of India's glorious history. We must take great pride in our heritage and history and serve as ambassadors of India's lofty cultural and civilization ideals, wherein the world you decide to live and work. Irrespective of where you live, you must never forget mother, mother tongue, motherland, and mentor, the Guru. My dear youngsters, as I said earlier, in this brave new world, you have the opportunity to pick any career of your choice. But whichever career path you choose, you must strive to excel. If you choose to be a doctor, be highly skilled, efficient, and empathetic doctor. If you choose to be a soldier, be courageous and a person of integrity, honesty, and self-control. If you choose to build a business, let it be an ethical human one. If you wish to be a teacher, go beyond teaching and strive to impart enlightenment and help your students to be better human beings. Whatever you choose to do, keep pushing the boundaries and find new frontiers. Never be satisfied with the status quo. Always set higher benchmarks and create new and better systems wherever you go. Never hesitate to innovate to the best of your ability. I also want you to be aware of the problems that the world faces today, from poverty and inequality to violence and displacement to climate change and certain places social discrimination also. I want you to observe keenly and understand the true nature and cause for these problems and come up with new solutions. The world is interconnected today more than ever before, and therefore it is simply not enough to solve the problems of your country alone. You must be truly global citizens in the sense that you must seek to solve the problems that affect humanity. Only then you will truly realize the great mantra of our civilization, Vasudaika Kutumbakam. To us, the world is and has always been one big family, interconnected and independent in the great web of life. Share and care is the core of our Indian philosophy. I also hope that you will always remember the plight of those who have been less fortunate than you. Let me remind you of the powerful talisman that the father of our nation gave us, which asks us to recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man or woman whom we may have seen every time a decision eludes us. We must keep asking ourselves if we have succeeded in restoring control over his destiny. We must keep asking ourselves if we have succeeded in bringing Swaraj to these hungry and spiritually starving millions. My dear young friends, let Sarvodaya and Antyodaya be your guiding principles. Let your conscience be an ever-flowing fountain of empathy and compassion for those less fortunate than yourself. It was Swami Vivekananda who once said that, quote, "The great secret of true success, of true happiness is this: the man or woman who asks for no return, the perfectly unselfish person, is the most successful," unquote. I hold great faith in the ability of our youngsters to take this country to greater heights. भारत की युवा शक्ति हमारा सबसे सशक्त आधार है, सबसे समृद्ध संसाधन भी है. मुझे विश्वास है कि आप में से हर एक आगे चलकर ज्ञान और विद्वत्ता से युक्त, सुशिक्षित, कर्तव्यनिष्ठा, जिम्मेदार और सहानुभूतिपूर्ण नागरिक बनेगा, जो कभी भी नैतिक मूल्यों पर समझौता नहीं करेगा, जो अपने संस्कारों से कभी नहीं हटेगा. मैं आप में से हर किसी को आपके भविष्य और आपके हर भावी प्रयासों में सफलता के लिए हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ. आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, माय डियर यंगस्टर्स. गॉड ब्लेस यू. थैंक यू वेरी मच. नमस्कार. जय हिंद.